I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together. All right, we're back with Hot Zombie Summer. We're going to finish up Resident Evil 2. But yeah, last time we talked about we finished up in the sewers. We stopped before the kind of apex to that. But we both talked about how we don't really like the sewer level or sewer levels in general.
Nope.
Yeah, nothing has changed my opinion on that in the past week.
Nope. Pretty
I,
drab, pretty
yeah,
gray, pretty
pretty drab,
olive
pretty great.
green. Yeah.
Olive green, yeah, yeah, just
Yeah.
not a pleasant place to be, the sewers. But you do have a boss here. You get the alligator boss. Um,
Yeah.
so if you're playing as Leon and Leon A, you wander in and Ada is shooting at this alligator,
Hmm.
this giant alligator, and then you have two options. You can either like just pump him full of lead and kill him, or when you're coming up to him, you found these like canisters, and you can release one of those, and it's a dumb alligator, so it's like, oh, what's this? I'll just chomp it. He bites the gas container, you shoot the gas container, alligator goes boom, no more alligator. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of fun.
That is what I did as well.
Yeah.
Just like copying him, like I thought it was fun too. No, yeah, I think well, one, it's a really big alligator, right? I mean, it's like
It's the return of Big Animal to the Resident Evil series.
that's right, because it's
Yeah.
like what? I mean, I don't have like actual stats on it, but I'm like, it's got to be like 30 feet long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like if you assume Leon is like 6 foot, it's probably 5 Leons long,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, so I
yeah,
think 30 feet, that's pretty good.
yeah. I will
Yeah.
say
That's like
that
half that's like a bowling alley, I think. Is a bowling
is
alley
it?
30 feet? I should know this.
Why?
I
Why
think a
should you?
bowling alley
Why
might be
should you know
60
that?
feet, in which case, well, it's just like a good like way to measure. Like, when you're trying to measure like distance, but just visualizing, like give like a
Sure.
vague sort of generalization, so, like it's about 50 feet away. Like I always think of like a bowling alley. Like
Okay.
how long is a bowling alley? I think it's like 60 feet. That's like a good.
It's 88 feet.
Oh, it's
Misread
that long? Okay.
read
So
that.
I'm gonna up the alligator and say the alligator's like 50 feet. This alligator is
50
like half
feet.
a bowling alley
Okay.
at least.
We're like, how
Yeah.
many Leons is this alligator? How many bowling alley lengths is this
Yeah. This is
alligator?
like a Americans will use anything except the metric system type of
Right.
conversation.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
do think it's useful because
But we are proud supporters of the metric system, right?
yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
It appeals to yeah, like my logical side. I like
Yeah.
that it's base 10. I think that's
Yeah.
cool. So
You're like
that's a lot of fun.
American measurement appeals to the emotional side.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
my car gets 40 hogshead to the furlong, and that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds a little dirty, but
sounds a little dirty.
a little dirty.
That's a little Grandpa Simpson for you, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, okay. Nice.
yeah. But
I was gonna say that when the death animation for the alligator, when you blow it up, is pretty gnarly. There's a ton of blood,
there's
and
a
it's
lot of
like
blood.
jaws hanging off.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa, that's pretty
yeah.
intense for 98.
So question for you, was this an
Hmm.
experiment that Umbrella is doing where they like, let's get an alligator and shoot him up and see what happens? Or was this a classic, like some kid bought an alligator or got an alligator as like a birthday present and then started getting big and they're like, I don't know what to do with it. So they just like flushed it on the toilet.
I think that my headcanon is the second one.
Okay.
Like, cause
Because that was a thing, right? Like I remember in the 90s, there was like PSAs, but like don't flush your reptilian pets down the toilet.
yes, but like,
Yeah.
but I'm also like, why would some kid have an alligator in Raccoon City?
My cousin had a pet alligator.
Okay.
Yeah. He lived
Was
in Raccoon City, but he
I
had a
was
pet
like,
alligator.
was that their alligator in Resident Evil 2?
It could be, yeah. I feel like it was a trendy pet for a while. seemed like a pain
Yeah.
in the ass to me.
Yeah.
I remember he had a hard time feeding it because there was like a pet shop in town that sold mice. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up because this one has snake. He also has snake.
Okay.
This was the kind of guy my cousin was. He's a nice guy, but he's the kind of guy that has like snakes and alligators and shit.
Okay.
But he has snake and he used to go like buy mice from the pet store. And then eventually they were like, why are you buying so many mice? He's like, oh, I'm just feeding them to my snake. And they're like, well, we're not gonna sell mice to you anymore. So he's like, oh fuck. So he had to like drive around. Like the same way that like if you're making meth, you have to go to like 50 different stores to get enough Sudafed. He had to like drive to Sioux Falls and hit up like every pet store and buy like a mouse to
Oh my
and then
God.
freeze them to feed his snake.
That's nuts.
Yeah. It's kind of
Jeez.
like I can kind of see both sides, It's like I mean, the snake's gotta eat, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if you're a pet store, you're not just being like, oh, I'm just like send this
Right.
mouse to death.
These are
So
being sold as pets, not as food.
exactly, yeah, it's not a food
Right.
store. And maybe
Right.
there's like tax and like regulatory implications if you're like a
Hmm.
farm supply store versus a pet store.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But I
know.
also know that there are like actual reptile stores that you can purchase.
Oh, like buy the food
Yeah.
like they're sold as. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
yeah,
anyway,
what's your cousin's name? Just kidding.
uh,
I was gonna say
yeah.
I read their name in a memo.
Oh, in the memo,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like
Yeah.
I fucking told David not to flush that alligator down the
That's
toilet,
right.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking hell. But anyway, fine boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something different, different
Yeah.
than just running around and turning around and shooting it. So I
Right.
had fun.
Yeah. I thought it was fun. It was neat. It was not really a fight, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Um, and so I guess I'm curious, where is the distinction between the sewers and the factory?
I kind of struggle with that too. I feel like when you get on the tram and then you're in the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Annette Birkin comes in before that because Annette Birkin shoots Leon pretty early on in the sewers, I think,
Yes,
if I'm remembering right.
which signals playing as Ada.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Leon sort of like dives in front of Ada to save her from Annette.
Right.
It was a good shot.
Right. Yeah, for
Yeah,
especially for a scientist, huh?
yeah. Famously bad shots. Scientists, they're
Yeah.
yeah, nearsighted type of folk,
Right.
like myself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
This is another stereotype we're advancing. We have like cowardly helicopter pilots
yeah,
and scientists who have bad aim.
yeah.
Yeah,
Neither Annette nor William has glasses though, so maybe they're bucking the trend.
that's true. They're not
Maybe they're a
nerds.
maybe they're a dead-eye shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess if
Um,
you're working for Umbrella, that's probably a good skill to have, knowing your way around a weapon.
true.
Yeah,
When
so.
when Annette shoots Leon in your playthrough, how much do we understand about who she is and what her deal is?
I think from a character standpoint, not much,
Okay.
but I don't know. You kind of track her down and you get like a story time type of thing at some point where you see kind of what happened that Umbrella was coming to kill William Birkin and steal the G
Yes.
virus.
Yes.
And I don't we touch on I don't find William Birkin particularly compelling as a character. He sort of seems to be like,
No.
oh, I made this virus and it's my life's work and I'm gonna protect it at all costs. And it's like, well, it's not
Yeah.
good that you did that. Like you made a thing that turned people into horrible monsters. Like that's not good.
Right. Right. We
But
don't really understand like why he's attached to it.
yeah.
And
But
are
you
you?
do get how it happened. Like the rats get the
Mhm.
virus in the sewers and the like contaminates the water supply is kind of what happens here. So
Right. And you're talking about the cutscene, right?
yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah.
like a cutscene in the sewers.
Which I thought it was fine. I did make a note that I thought it was funny that after William gets shot by an Umbrella SWAT team coming to collect the G virus, he gets shot like 5 times with a machine gun.
Yeah.
And Annette says, "Hold on, darling, I'll take care of the wound first." It's just like,
You might be too late
yeah,
on
it's
that.
like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, eh.
Yeah.
Um, but
She's not a
then
practical scientist. She's more kind of on the So, yeah, medic, I
Right,
guess.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. I'm being a jerk. I'm criticizing Annette for how she responds to her husband being gunned down in front of her.
I don't think anyone would kill you for that. That's, she has her own
Yeah,
issues. So,
she
yeah.
does.
Yeah, and then we get on the tram and an arm comes through. William Birkin's arm comes through the train and we shoot it and it goes away. So not the most
Pretty pretty thrilling.
I I guess it's a boss fight. It's not the most
Yeah.
dramatic boss fight in the world,
Can
but
can
it's
we talk
something.
can we talk about I guess we can cut this in, but can we talk about some of the dialogue stuff with Annette and Ada and Leon?
Yes, please do.
Yeah. So I have in my notes that after Leon is shot, Ada says, "That woman, I have to talk to her." So she doesn't really express much concern for Leon, which I think is
Yeah, she doesn't
funny.
give a fuck about Leon. She just like takes
No.
off.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta talk to this lady.
Yeah.
And then there is a direct reference to the John password from Resident Evil 1 that we talked about, some episodes ago,
Yes.
which was great.
Annette brings it up. She's kind of
Right.
like a little catty about it.
Yeah, she says that
Yeah.
name sounds familiar. A researcher from Chicago used that name, i.e. Ada, as part of a password. And then she has, right, Annette has a mustache twirling monologue about William and the G virus, so it's giving us a lot of exposition. And then I don't remember this, but I wrote it down. I wrote Ada slaps Annette over a balcony and she falls into the water. LOL. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Okay. It was weird. It was like over
Yeah,
the
that was a
top.
weird moment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, I forgot one more thing. That piece of dialogue, Ada says, I just found out John's dead. And then Leon says, What? And she says, Never mind, let's just get out of here. So her whole reason, quote unquote, reason for being there has just
oh, so maybe she let that
evaporated.
slip. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think Annette said that John was dead,
Okay.
I think.
But like maybe Ada doesn't want Leon to know that.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. True or false, Leon and Ada are endgame.
Our end game?
Yeah, like they're meant to be together.
Oh, I'm just not familiar with that terminology. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like in terms of the video game. Um, I don't really believe in this is a deeper discussion than Resident Evil 2. I don't really believe that people are like meant for each other. Like I think it just
Yes.
kind of happens.
Yeah.
But they clearly have like a connection.
Yeah.
Like more so with Leon than Ada. Like Leon's like head over heels, puppy dog love at first sight.
Yeah. Yeah, for
But I feel
sure.
like Ada would settle for Leon, once she hits like 35 if she wants kids. So she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's good enough. He's
Yeah.
handsome at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get his looks and my brains, type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think
But
it's definitely asymmetrical, right?
yes, yeah, it's not quite unrequited, but Ada's definitely holding most of the cards in this situationship.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Do we want?
where's oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh, should we move on to the factory, the final
Oh
section,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
the factory slash the nest slash the
Yeah, yeah, because we took the Skytram down.
yeah. Yep. So
Yeah.
we took the kind of train down. This is I like this area. It's pretty short. I think it's better than the lab in RE1.
Yes.
Still not great. Um, we kind of like explore around. There's sort of like a spoken like a hub area where it's kind of the
Hmm.
wheel with the spokes where you can go through different doors and explore. There's some plant enemies that you get to fight.
Yeah.
There's an interesting part towards the end, like towards the end of the game from a story standpoint, where Ada kind of confronts Leon and she's like trying to get the G virus from him. Do you remember this? And like threatening to shoot
Yeah.
him. And then ultimately
Yes.
she doesn't shoot him. And then she gets like shot by a net and
Yes.
falls. Yeah.
Right.
So it, I mean, obviously it's not. I'm assuming they probably thought that she'd come back already and survive somehow. But the really cool part is that you find her gun and there's no bullet in the gun. And I like that detail. Do you remember this? You looked quizzical.
Yeah, maybe this is not what happened in Leon B. I'll say that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's a point where, she doesn't shoot Leon even though she could. And it's sort of played like, oh, she can't do it. She cares about him. But
Okay.
then later like after she dies, quote unquote, you can pick up her gun and examine it. And this happens in Claire's scenario too. Like you
Hmm.
can find her gun just like laying next to Annette's body, and
Interesting.
there's no bullets in the gun. And I like that detail a lot because it complicates her character even more, where it's like, okay, was she
Yeah.
like if she had bullets, would she have shot Leon? Or was it just a bluff and he called her bluff and she was like, well, fuck, I have any bullets, so I guess the jig is up
Oh,
type of
that's
thing.
interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I do think that this game does a pretty good job with ambiguity with her character.
Yeah. I like
It,
I like that about
hmm
her. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I can understand why they would want to bring her back for four, even though I think they didn't need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine four without her because she's such a big part of it, but I
Yeah.
do think they made her character a little worse, which, I don't know. It's hard to say. She fits with the aesthetic of four, but the aesthetic of four is so much more of like a James Bondy
Right,
type of
right.
game than this.
Yeah. And
So
it's
it's yeah.
camp I would say it's campier too.
I think it's campier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This
I mean, we'll get to it, but they definitely change her character in various ways as the series goes on.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say I in this area I don't love the plant creature design, but I do love the giant plant that is kind of
Just kind of hanging
growing.
out.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
I like
cool.
that too. I
It's
thought that
cool
was cool. I thought it
looking.
was cool that you didn't like. I thought it was like when you play it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to fight this thing, and then you never have
Yeah,
to fight it. It's just there in
right.
the background.
Right.
So I think
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's a cooler plant than Plant 42. Plant
it's a cooler
42,
plant than Planet 42. We
yeah.
did not like Planet 42,
No, from
so yeah,
RE1. Yeah.
yeah, we needed Planet 43 to really kick it into gear.
Yeah, this plant was at
Yeah,
least probably plant like 63.
it was at least 21 better than Planet
That's right.
42.
That's how
Yeah.
I, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, factory. I mean, it's a cool area. You kind of breeze through it. It's pretty straightforward. You do your usual Resident Evil stuff of run around and find keys and this and that.
Yep. Unlock
Yeah,
doors in
yeah,
varying manners.
yeah. Eventually, you get on the train and you do your final fight with William Birkin.
Yes.
Um, so I have a question for you, and maybe this will be answered in three. But with the RE2 mechanics, do you think you can have like a really good boss fight, or is it destined to just be
Yeah.
kind of the same thing? You run over and you shoot.
Yeah, I will say my enjoyment of the boss fights in the early Resident Evil games comes not from the gameplay, but from the boss design. Like
Okay.
aesthetically, like I
Yeah.
find it interesting, but I don't really find playing tank controls and running through static screens to be fun from a gameplay perspective, trying to like shoot a bioweapon like 30 times. Like I don't find that fun.
Yeah. It feels like there's not a lot of skill involved, but it's not really luck
No,
either.
no.
I don't know how to describe it exactly. Like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's an odd system to have a boss fight in.
not really.
Yeah.
No. And I think I mean really, I mean the bosses are usually a lot faster. So that's tricky. I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's just like, they'll charge at you and, you know, they're stronger. So sometimes they'll
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
take
it's
you
really
down
like
in a few hits.
a time management, like patience sort of thing, where
Yeah.
you just have to like wait for your opening and then have a couple shots, then run away and have a couple shots.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah. So I guess
So
that's maybe a little bit of skill, but it's not like Twitch type of reaction skill like a modern boss fight would be.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, I mean, I know we're talking about Leon, but I think it's probably pretty much the same boss fight with Birkin. I mean, I noted that it was really easy. I just saved up, at least in Claire's scenario, on the submachine gun and used that exclusively. And I still had like 30 grenade shells after.
Okay.
So it
Yeah,
was
the
like,
submachine gun is a good weapon. That'll
yeah,
kind of melt him. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. But it was okay. I mean, I liked it better than the Tyrant fight in one.
I
I
could agree with
mean,
that.
but
Yeah.
like
And to be
not
fair,
that
the Tyrant
much.
fight was more like you around the clock in the Tyrant fight.
Yeah,
So it's almost optional. Like it's not optional that you can like skip it, but you don't have to fight him. You can just run away with
yeah,
the Tyrant. Yeah.
right,
So
right. Yeah, so yeah, it was fine. And so then so you remind me how like Birkin obviously doesn't explode because we'll have to talk about him in the B scenario. So he just falls down, right?
yeah, he just kind of falls down and
You
then
kill him,
the
quote
rest of
unquote.
the rest of the stuff happens. So yeah. Um
Well, I guess I have two questions. One, how does Leon's A scenario end? I guess.
so for Leon's A scenario ending, you kind of just you're in the nest factory, you kill Birkin, and then you kind of just all get in the train and take off,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's like kind of the end. There's not
Okay,
really, you don't have the big climatic train fight that you have in the B scenario.
okay. And
Yeah.
then, so yeah, that is question one. And then question two is I'm probably jumping ahead, but like my playthrough in Leon B had like the very big dramatic quote unquote death scene with Ada. And I guess that's not an A.
No, it is an A where you're trying to like hold on to her arm and she falls. Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about? Yeah, that is an A.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I
So
wasn't
that's the
sure.
tough part
Yeah.
about this game is like it's kind of for scenarios, but kind of not. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's stuff that definitely overlaps, and I think that's why we got confused last episode and are getting
Hmm.
confused in this episode because like, A and B are different scenarios. You do different stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. X is in B, not in A. The
Right.
Alligator's in A, not in B. But also like Leon's only with Ada, no matter if it's A or B.
Right.
And Claire is only with Sherry, no matter if it's A or B.
Right.
And then from a gameplay standpoint, it doesn't match up as much as I would want it to. Like you're
Hmm.
getting the same keys in both scenarios.
Right.
You're getting like even the sewers, you're getting the same crests off the same dead mercenaries in both scenarios. So it's like I get it's a game, but like somebody went and put them back, I guess would be
Yeah.
like in I like it
Yeah.
just doesn't match up as much as I would like it to between
Yeah.
the A and the B scenarios, or
Yeah.
as much of those like advertised to match up.
Right. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it's I generally think, and maybe people can disagree. I think we're generally pretty smart, but I do think that this
I
is more
disagree.
comp. I think I don't think that it needs to be as complicated as it is. And the fact that we've talked about like the scenarios for like 10 to 15 minutes, and like, was there not an easier way to do this, Capcom?
Yeah, it seems like they wanted to up the ante because like, well, we already did the two characters, so now we'll still do two characters, but like two different versions of both. And it was almost advertised being like, oh, it's two games,
Yeah,
but it's kind of
it's
not. It's
not
like
not
between one
really.
and two games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Because I think part of me, right, like what sparked this was just looking at what happened in Leon B when just some of the dialogue, which is I feel like bad, but like maybe not tongue in cheek, or maybe I don't know if it is or not, right? When um Ada says, "Please escape" to Leon, and he says, "No, we're a team." And then she says, "I'm just a woman you fell in love with, nothing more."
yeah.
And then they
No,
make
I
out like, ugh, like,
I had some trouble with that too, where it feels like we complimented Ada's character in terms of being ambiguous. But there are some points where it feels less ambiguous and more just inconsistent.
Hmm.
Where she's like, "Oh no, go save yourself, Leon." But then it's like later she doesn't really seem. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
It
Ada,
doesn't
or
yeah. It doesn't match up as well as I think they envisioned with the
hmm.
final product. But
Yeah, and I think
it was ambitious for the time. So
I
I'm
agree.
yeah.
I do think
It's still a cool
tonally,
idea.
yeah, tonally, some of that melodrama takes me out of it when, Ada quote unquote dies and Leon's like, Ada, no.
Ada, no.
It's
Yeah,
just it's like
that's
that's a
what he's doing
lot.
for 12 hours. So yeah.
You said he was
But
screaming that for 12 hours?
well, no, the woman he's known for like 12
Oh,
hours.
I was
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure canonically he's not screaming no for like 12 hours.
The alarms are going off. It's like evacuate in five. He's like,
He's
no.
oh
Take a
yeah.
deep breath.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of Leon A. Take
Beyond
the
it.
train out, and just like in Resident Evil 1, the night's over and the sun is rising.
Right.
You had
Yeah.
a tough night, but it's a new dawn.
Dawn of a new day. Yes.
Dawn of a
Yes.
new day. Yeah.
But
But
then what was the messaging on the screen? It said something like oh, at the same time, at the same place, you need to survive this nightmare to know the true end.
yeah, so it does kind of poke you to be like, okay, put disc two in now, or
Right.
disc one if you play disc two to start
Right.
with.
Right.
So, I mean, that's like it's a cool
That's fine.
idea.
That's fine.
I don't want to rag on Capcom too hard because it is a cool idea, but it doesn't match up perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so scenario B slash Claire playthrough. I enjoyed this. I did Claire B. You did
Hmm.
Claire A.
I did. I did.
So a lot of stuff kind of overlaps. I think the big thing we didn't talk about would be, well, two big things we didn't really talk about. We didn't talk about Mr. X
Hmm. Yeah.
because that's only in B,
Right.
and we didn't talk about Irons' fate too much because that's also in B,
Right. And I
and
think
his weird torture dungeon.
right. And I think we do have we could maybe talk a little bit about Sherry, which I think is
Oh,
actually
and Sherry.
yeah, I mean, especially her gameplay, which I found annoying,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
she can she be hurt? You know what I mean? Because she kind of
Yeah,
just runs by the zombies. They don't even try to grab
they
her.
can
They
barf on
puke.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can Sherry? I regret not making Sherry die, which is a weird thing to say out loud.
Yeah, it is.
But
It
looking
is.
back, I was like, I should have like just stood around and see if she died because I honestly don't know if she can die or not.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's unclear.
I'm assuming so, but they make it pretty easy
Yeah. Yeah.
to get around. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's maybe start with irons. We'll go like somewhat chronologically, right?
Yeah. So you have some more run-ins with Irons in B scenario, and he has lost his mind.
Yep.
He is mad because he wanted to control Raccoon City, which, in terms of Grandmaster plans, is like honestly a little sad. Like it's not portrayed to be that big of a place.
No.
And your job is kind of just to take bribes from Umbrella. Like, I don't know, doesn't
Yeah.
seem that impressive
Yeah,
to be like,
what does that get him
yeah, like
exactly?
my goal is to be the mayor of Raccoon City. It's like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, a real scumbag. I mean, it is bizarre that, right? So I think the first time we encounter him is after in the Claire scenario, you have to find parts to assemble a detonator and blow up a hole in the wall.
Yes, yeah. So the helicopter part, right? It destroys like the door, so you have to blow up the wall instead.
Correct, right, to
Yeah.
advance.
Yeah.
And so then
That's kind
you
of a cool little
it
area.
was, yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
neat. But then you walk into Iron's office and he's just like sitting there, like behind his desk, which should be a cause for concern, right? It's like there is a zombie outbreak, and also you just blew up a wall outside his office. He's just kind of sitting there.
Well, he also has a body of a dead teenage girl on his desk, which I think is the
Right.
most concerning,
Sorry, yeah,
personally.
I kind of buried the lead
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
There is that, yeah, which is pretty fucked up.
It's the
Claire,
mayor's daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And she's dressed, she's in a white dress. She's dead.
Yeah.
Um,
She's very virginal.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
which is concerning. And Irons has some bizarre rationale for it.
Yeah. And the book, you can tell the author had a lot of fun writing Irons. She gets very into like, ooh, I get to write a serial killer type of vibe. Like there's a lot of talk about like, oh, her pure white skin and stuff like that, like about her corpse and like, oh,
Yeah.
she's even more beautiful in death than she is in life.
Yeah.
And the game, he's into taxidermy, and it's
Yes.
implied might be too weak of a word. Like he's going to taxidermy her, like her
Yeah.
corpse, and
Yeah.
put her in some sort of fucked up pose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
She's
very,
really dark.
yeah,
Really, really dark.
yeah, very. And
Um,
serial killers were pretty hot in the 90s, like from a cultural standpoint. We had like Seven.
yeah, that's true.
There was some, yeah, like, so Silence of the Lambs was, I mean, that was a little bit earlier in the 90s, but
But yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay. That's an
like
interesting
the,
thread.
the, the fucked up, like, sexualized serial killer was kind of a thing, I
Mhm.
feel like, in the zeitgeist that was,
Yeah.
so I feel like he's kind of influenced by that, but
That's interesting. I had never made that connection, honestly.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a disturbing scene. Claire is like not that phased. She doesn't seem
Yeah,
that phased, which I find
I
bizarre.
I guess on the list of fucked up things you've seen at this point, it might not be number one. Like you've already, like it's not great, but you're kind of like, well, everything else I've seen,
Right.
I've already been attacked by a giant monster. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
maybe
Um,
a guy with a dead lady. I'm kind of like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
She
But
does exhibit some poor judgment later on. She does have Sherry wait in Iron's office.
yeah, that seems like
Uh,
a bad plan.
yeah, it's like, you
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have her anywhere near him or his stuff at all.
Yeah, I would not let he would not be on the top of my list as in terms of like babysitting duties for anyone,
No,
for
no,
sure. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. But eventually you get to go down into his like secret lair. And
Yeah,
it's very ostentatiously dungeon-like
yeah.
in a way that both serves the game in terms of like that seems like something they wanted to do, but also he would be the type of guy I'd be like, oh, this is cool that I made my secret torture place into like a medieval dungeon. Like he seems very like Marquis de Sade coded,
Hmm.
if
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just things in like suspended in formaldehyde, very medieval-y.
Yeah, there's, the table with straps and blood on it. So it's very,
Yeah,
very much like, oh, we found the serial killer's type of place where he
yeah,
hangs out. Yeah.
yeah.
And then he ends up getting in B scenario, he ends up getting ripped apart by Birkin.
Okay.
Like Birkin sucks him down into his dungeon and rips him up and throws him back up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is not what happens in a scenario, which is
A is the chest burster thing, right?
kinda, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he and Ben are analogs.
right,
Like
right.
Ben either, yeah, whichever doesn't get chest bursted, the other one does.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it is strange that I mean in this one, right, Birkin shoves something in Iron's mouth and then Birkin or I'm sorry, Irons barfs. And then in the next scene we see Irons alive and then something, yeah, like emerges from his chest and kind of
Yeah.
splits his torso, which is also pretty graphic for like a 90s PS1 game.
Yeah. And the other one's pretty graphic too. Like he's literally like ripped in half. Like there's just viscera
Yeah,
and guts
yeah.
flowing all over the place. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, if I may, I have a photo. I was very struck by this painting in Iron's office. I found it really creepy and weird, which is the
That is
point.
really creepy and
But it's
weird.
just like, yeah, it's this is like for to
Yeah.
describe it, it's like a young woman with dark hair kind of looking at the viewer and kind of a Vincent van Gogh Starry, Starry Night with that giant hand, creepy hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of going to the allusion to he's into young girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of like, yeah,
Yeah.
has in 2025 he'd have a bunch of like anime pillows around his office, and that would
Like full
be
body, like full body
yeah, like
pillows.
full body pillows. Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, not good,
Not good. No.
not good. Thumbs down to Irons. I'm glad
Yeah.
I didn't make it, but
Yeah. I guess like I'm wondering like if like what you think about that character's inclusion. Like it's a little too
is it too much?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. Like it didn't need it.
yeah, they could have just had him be like a greedy, hungry guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they went full on like let's make him as evil as possible. I could see
Yeah.
it being like gilding the lily a little bit for
Gilding
evilness.
gilding the lily.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in my life. What is that?
Oh, like the expression gilding the lily?
Yeah.
So it's when you have something and you kind of like what you're saying, you do it too much. It doesn't need
Okay.
it, and you do too much, and you're kind of like, it's like a corollary to that would be like put a hat on a hat, if you know that expression.
I
I'm
don't.
just rallying off expressions that you
Okay.
don't know. Do you
Okay.
know the expression of you put a horse before the donkey?
I know
That one I just made up.
yeah, I was like putting a
Yeah.
cart before the horse.
Putting the cart before the horse, but
Yeah.
kind of just a cliched way to say what you were more eloquently expressing, which is it didn't need to have
Okay.
all the serial killer
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
And he could have just been like a shitty guy without all that kind
Yeah.
of almost like again weirdly tit titillating. Is
hmm
that how you say that
hmm
word?
hmm
There's like a crude, and this again is a bigger conversation that is beyond Resident Evil 2, but I don't like true crime stuff because I feel like
Yeah.
there's a little bit of, and I get that's different depending on who you are and your identity and how likely you are to be a victim of this kind of stuff can influence what you think of it. For me, I don't like the sexualized nature of true crime that I feel like
No.
happens a lot.
No, it feels really like tawdry and gross,
Yeah,
you
and that's
know?
kind of this where
hmm
it feels tawdry and trashy
Yeah.
in a way
Yeah.
that's not fun. Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because I think like there are so many things as we talked about with like the first game that are like kind of campy and trashy and fun, but it's like this isn't one of them,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, like we
know?
talked about Wesker being like a villain, but kind of like a good character still, where you're like he was like a fun villain, like a Bond villain, you
Right,
know.
right.
Whereas, yeah, Irons is more of a David Fincher type of villain, where I shouldn't be throwing David Fincher into it. David Fincher would do it more artfully, but like an
Sure.
Eli Roth type of villain, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was just
just
like
no,
sadistic and bad.
yeah, no art to it. They're just like, let's think of the
hmm
most fucked up thing we can think up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what
I
if he wanted to taxidermy then fuck a dead teenage girl? Wouldn't that be fucked up? It's kind of not to put too fine a point on it, but that's kind of what we're supposed to think, right? You know?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
like they lay it all out there, you know.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean I think like that'll be an interesting thing to kind of track over later games because I don't think that they actually return to like a character like this.
You know there's a very Silence of the Lambs character in Veronica, which
Okay, okay,
will
yeah.
be interesting to revisit because I
Oof,
haven't played that game since I was like
oof.
in my late teens, early 20s, so I don't know how that'll play now with kind of I don't want to say what we think about gender now, but like how we've grown as a society in terms of gender.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that
So I
portrayal
mean, well,
is yeah.
yeah, we shouldn't I shouldn't talk about too much now, but I'm a little worried about Veronica that's gonna have the thing that people criticize like the aforementioned Silence of the Lambs for being like, oh, it's a, trans people are crazy type of thing.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
get that criticism. I think Silence of the Lambs does it artfully. I am gonna go out on a limb and say that Code Veronica probably doesn't do it artfully. But again, we'll get there and
No.
comment on it.
No.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
another game where it's sort of like, oh, there's a fucked up sex thing about this game. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Not a strong point for the series, I would say. Yeah, that
yeah,
is the
If-
vibe in Veronica, I would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How's Kaya?
She's doing good. She must think I'm working because this is the only time she's friendly.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah, so if I work from home, she'll sit here and kind of stare at the camera, and yeah, she's
oh,
very cute.
yeah,
She's a sweetheart. Yeah,
sweet
she's a sweet
girl,
girl.
sweet girl.
But
You know who else is sweet?
uh, yeah. No, tell me.
I was like, this is not meant to be confounding. Sherry Birkin, sweet
Oh,
kid,
okay.
sweet kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Sherry Birkin is sweet.
yeah,
Like we talked about in when we were the characters, I feel bad for her,
yeah.
but I'm also, I mean, she's 11 years old and she's surviving. I mean, that's like
Pretty good.
better than 99.9% of adults in this
Yeah,
town. So
seriously. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you meet her as Claire. So yeah, so you're Claire. You kind of see Sherry running around. We talked about the first one. There's the first gameplay episode. There's sort of hints where there's like knocked out vents. There's a door
hmm
where it's kind of like halfway down where only a child get through that sort of signals that there's somebody else here. And yeah, Sherry Birkin, she went down to the police station. Her mom called her and kind of didn't quite give her a heads up. It was like, go to the police station. And then she's just been hiding out here and surviving and doing her best. She is, like you said, very sweet. She is, it's heartbreaking because you can tell that she's scared and she wants to be with Claire, but also she knows that her dad, she doesn't know it's her dad. She just thinks it's a monster, is after her.
Yeah,
So she doesn't want to like draw the monster to Claire,
yeah.
which is very sweet
That
of
is
her.
sweet.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I do feel really bad for Sherry. It's clear she has like attachment issues, right? Because she says, now I have someone to rely on after talking to Claire for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, she does
So,
climb onto Claire super hard in a way that reminded me of some of my friends that have like stepchildren where they're like,
mm.
it's, you know, you can't be like, I'm not your parent kid. But also it's a little like, okay, can we pump the brakes a little? I've like, yeah, I'm fucking your dad or your mom, and we can go to the zoo, but like, just tamp it down. Just tamp it down,
I like
you
that
know?
this is
Yeah.
you're
She's like
like,
5 minutes away from calling Claire mom, and Claire be like, let's back up.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm 19. I'm not
yeah.
even old enough to be your mom,
I,
frankly.
I do like this as your like anti-stepchildren like segment.
I'm historically very anti-stepchildren.
You're just like, oh, you're
Yeah.
like, can't you get a grip?
Yeah. I think the Cinderella was the villain in Cinderella.
Ooh,
Like those
ooh.
horrible stepchildren.
You're
So
basically gonna write Wicked for Cinderella
I'm gonna write Wicked for Cinderella,
for the
whatever that means.
stepsisters. But
I did see Wicked.
well, but like the premise, right? It's like, ooh, like what if the villain was like actually like not? What if they were
Oh,
misunderstood?
I actually didn't know that about
Oh,
Wicked,
okay.
but it seems obvious now you mention it because there's the
Yeah.
Green Lady who's the villain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Wicked Witch.
Oh, the Wicked Witch is the Wicked. The titular character is the bad guy.
Uh,
Sorry, I
nice,
just don't.
nice. Well, I know.
I don't fuck with musicals. You know that about
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
not for
Ariana
me.
Grande, I think. Or you
I
do?
I don't know anything about her, and I want to keep it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
can keep it that way.
We can keep it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't ever mention that name to me
Yeah.
again.
Don't write into our podcast and tell Keith about Ariana Grande.
Yeah, please don't.
That'd
So,
be funny if somebody was like, really cool Resident Evil theory, and then they just copied and pasted a Ariana Grande wiki in there. And
oh yeah,
you're like, no, now I know shit.
no, she's one of those people. I'm sure I've heard a million of her songs. If you played one for me, I'd be like, oh, I heard this, but I had no idea it was Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. She's
Yeah.
probably got like that, like most popular things in the past 10 years. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what a Imagine Dragon song. I can't pick it out of a lineup, but I've probably heard
Yeah.
one at some point.
Yeah. Or a Dua
Yeah.
Lipa song. I always get really confused about that.
Yeah, I don't really know who Duel. I mean, I know she is, but I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't pick her. It is
Yeah.
cool because she fired her manager because her manager was like getting kneecap banned from festivals or something. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
That is
so that's
cool.
cool. So that made
Yeah.
me not Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
say she looks like AOC. So I'm like, well, I know what
Uh,
AOC looks like. So
I mean, she's Albanian.
Oh, does she not look like AOC?
Not
Was I
to me.
racist? Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I don't think so. But like,
I didn't
she
say this.
doesn't
Other
look like
people have
she
said it.
doesn't look Latina to me personally.
That could be another new segment of the podcast.
Are
Does
they
this person,
Latina?
does this person look Latina to me? And your famous catchphrase, she doesn't look Latina to me.
That is a
Where
it's a great segment.
That's a great segment. Where were we?
Sherry
Uh,
Birkin.
Sherry Birkin.
Yeah.
So yeah, sweetheart. Eventually, you kind of win her over. I can't remember what you do exactly to get her on your side. You can't just grab her, but
Yeah. I will say Sherry's AI is bad. It is
yeah,
bad.
this game does introduce. It's not really an escort mission, but characters will follow you. But if you go too fast, they get lost, even though there's one other door in the room.
Right.
So I ran into a lot of like I go to the door and hit, the action button. And I'll be like, "Oh, you can't leave Sherry behind." I'm like, well,
Right. And she's
okay.
like
And I just turn her. Yeah, she's 5 feet away.
right, crouched down. And it's just like,
Yeah. So you
yeah,
just turn around, walk back to her. She gets up again.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not good AI. I don't. Yeah,
not great. Not
yeah.
great. And I mean, gosh, it just sounds like I'm complaining about Sherry a lot. I did not love playing as her with the weird crate puzzle to get across the water.
No, I didn't like that either. And it was a repeated puzzle too. We'd
Yeah,
already done that
yeah,
puzzle, so
yeah.
it's
We
yeah,
did
doing it
that.
in a less interesting way is kind of like, all right. But we've
Yeah,
we've made our opinions known on crate pushing. It's
that's
not
true.
great, not
I
fun.
I will say as a one addendum to crate pushing, I didn't realize that you had to solve that puzzle by climbing on top of the crate and then getting off of it on the other side and pushing it. Like I was like, I didn't think she could climb crates. So I spent way too
Oh,
long on that. I was like, how
yeah.
am I supposed to solve this?
That kind of struck me too, and then I was like, well, I climbed it before, so let's just try climbing again. But
Yeah,
I agree with you. It seems like she shouldn't be able to based on how
yeah,
tall she is.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I could see being confused there.
I did think it was somewhat endearing, her like little leg animation when she's trying to climb something and it goes to the side because she's so small. And she's like
Yeah, she
trying
kind of
to,
does the little kid like trying to kick her way up type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, that was cute. Yeah.
but I think because I spent so long on this puzzle going up and down, it just like added like that animation itself, like added like 3 minutes to like, I was just like, oh my God, like,
Come on, let's get
yeah,
going. Yeah,
yeah.
so
So yeah, Sherry, that's Sherry. That's maybe a new catchphrase. Well, that's Sherry.
that's Sherry.
That's Sherry.
That's Sherry.
Um,
But yeah, she's fine little character.
Fine little character.
Gives you some more motivation to try to get out and rescue Sherry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, it's Mr. X.
Mr. X, who is that is actually nowhere in the game, right? He's not
Yeah, he
referred
never is
to.
called Mr.
He is
X.
never referred to as Mr. X.
Yeah. So did fans just start calling him Mr. X? I read the Mr. X wiki, but now I don't remember.
Yeah, let's check it
Let's
out.
check it out. What do you think of his like design? I don't love it
It's
in this game.
weird.
I like it more in the remake.
Well, yeah. I think he looks like a tyrant, right?
Yeah.
Like the character, not like a despot. Um, you know,
He looks like Ivan the Terrible.
yeah, beard. No, he's just like got a white face and he's bald.
Yeah, he's a tall, like silver blonde man. He looks very like X-Man-y to me.
Did you say he's blonde?
Oh, bald.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Tall, silver, bald man.
I don't know why I heard blonde, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's definitely not
He's
blonde.
not blonde.
No.
Um, yeah, I'm looking at his concept art right now. The concept art looks cool, but the actual character design in game doesn't look
No.
super cool.
No.
Yeah.
Um, I
I
just
don't know
like
how to describe it. It's just weird looking. He's like not proportioned correctly. He's not super intimidating. And he
no.
really doesn't. He has a great entrance. So the entrance is you're up in the roof in B scenario, and a helicopter like drops him, like Dumbo drops him, and he just crashes through the building through the
Yeah.
RPD, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. That
It is.
rocks.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then unlike Nemesis in the next game, he kind of just shows up at pre-programmed times in specific
Mhm.
rooms, and he can't go room to room.
Right.
So you can generally just run by him.
Right. And
Yeah.
he's got like I think a few attacks. He'll punch you,
Yeah,
right?
mostly
Which
just
is
punches.
it's not that scary. And then he's got this like overhead where he'll like wind up, and that's when you're supposed to run past him. So not very threatening.
No, yeah. I only found him once. There's one when you're on the balcony in the police station, he kind of corners you. And I have a
Hmm.
bunch of ammo. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna blast him and see what happens. And if you do shoot him a bunch, he sort of like goes into a daze and then drops some
Okay.
ammo.
Oh, that's
But
interesting.
yeah.
Weird
And it's
from a game from a like legit like why he doesn't
yeah, he
use
doesn't have any
weapons, so why
weapons,
would
so
he
why
have
does he have ammo? Yeah. So it's I guess it's kind of like the gameplay reward for doing that, but like you're gonna
okay.
use more ammo shooting him than you get picking up,
Yeah.
basically. So it's kind of
Yeah.
there's not a lot of incentive to fight him. Um,
Yeah.
which is another improvement they make with not to jump ahead of game, but with Nemesis, there actually
Right.
is a little incentive to fight him at times. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
I mean,
will
it's something.
it's a
It's
cool concept that they I think build on in a lot
yeah,
of ways.
exactly. Mr. X walked so Nemesis could run,
Right.
quite literally, because
Right.
I don't think Mr. X really runs either.
No, he's just kind of lumbers.
He does lumber.
Um,
He's a big lumberer.
yeah, him smashing through walls is sometimes cool, like when you don't expect it.
Yeah, there's
That's
some
kind
like
of
jump
scary.
scares with him, which are kind of
Yeah,
fun.
in the
So,
eastern part of the police
yeah,
station.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so what did we find out about his nickname, right?
I think it was just people just started calling him Mr. X, and then that
Yeah,
became canonical.
let's see. Right, because he's technically the
But
T00.
yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah,
another tyrant
right.
like we fought in in the mansion.
Yeah. So here's some fun facts, some trivia from the Resident Evil wiki. So it says, over the
Love
years,
it.
T00 has been given a variety of nicknames in official media, though none are canon. One of the nicknames used in licensed material is Mr. X, a name never used in Resident Evil 2 itself. It is possible this name was the result of a mistake on Capcom USA's part, as on multiple
Oh,
occasions, it gave early concept art of T00 to licensees, which included one as Tyrant X in Japan. Assuming this, the first instance of Mr. X was Game Fan's Resident Evil 2 guide, which was published alongside the game, though written in 1997. An action figure also known as Mr. X was released in May 1998 by Toy Biz. So that's interesting.
oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like maybe just somebody's like, well, I gotta call this guy something, and they just made a Mr. X and just kind of stuck, like some
Yeah.
marketing person.
I guess like, yeah, I mean, I guess
Not a
it could
bad
come
name.
from,
I'm fine
yeah,
with it.
yeah, Tyrant X is really generic. Mr. X, I mean, it's weird, like it'd be like if you called like the hunters like, Ben and Jerry's or something. It's not really like
That would also be weird.
that. Yes, I am the king of making bad analogies. It's like, yeah, it'd be like if you called this monster Ben and Jerry's. It's like, what?
I do like it because if someone introduced themselves, you're like, "Hi, I'm Keith. What's your name?" They're like, "I'm Mr. X." You're like, "I'm good. I'm gonna walk
Yep.
in the other direction.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anything to do with
I
that
actually have to
person like
go."
that. Yeah.
And he's kind of like that too. You see him, and you're like, "I'm gonna go in the other direction. I gotta go."
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep. Gotta go.
yeah. But
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's mostly in the police station, and then he comes back. Does he come back in the sewers? I can't remember.
He does. I mean, in the B scenario,
the
right, we get his
The
final
final
form.
thing is the factory with him.
Right. Which I will say his like penultimate scene before
Yeah.
the fight is dumb as hell. It's dumb as hell. Right? Because like I don't know how it plays in
When you knock him
Clarity.
into the smelting pit.
Yeah, and he goes like head first into the smelting pit. And I just thought that was like super comical.
Yeah,
It's
he does
like
like a big like yeah, it is like Three Stooges-y. Like he
yeah.
just kind of like flails his way in. Additional about the smelting pit, which you find in the factory, there's a sign that says smelting pool employees only, which I thought was funny because like,
Yeah.
well,
Wait,
I'm
they're
in
go
like a secret underground lab that I had to like put 50 keys and 25 crests to get to. Like I'm probably an employee at this
right,
point.
right.
Like I don't think, yeah, like there's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I'm
I
not
thought
mad about it, but
I thought the direction you were going to go in was that they were like, "Do you want to get into the smelting pool? Only employees can do that." And it's like, "Well, nobody
oh,
would want to do that."
if you
You
wanted to
want to take
jump
a
in,
dip? Yeah, it's like, no,
yeah.
like nobody should be getting in there.
Maybe that's what confirms he's he's being sent by Umbrella because he goes in the smelting pool. It's like,
He,
well,
I
if
am
he
an
was an
em
employee, he would have bounced off, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
Boing.
force field would have got him. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean his final form is I don't think it's that much different from the tyrant in one. I mean, I think he's just like on fire because he comes out of the smelting pit.
He's on fire, and you do have to, you can't wait him out like you could with Tyrant. You do have to, the boss fight you do with him, it's towards the end of the game. So you're on the train, you're trying to get the train going. So you have to wander around to get like cables and stuff. One interesting point that I thought, and this I didn't like this because I had to reload. So I kind of had the feeling that there was a final boss fight coming or like a near final
Hmm.
boss point.
Hmm.
So I left, one open item slot. And then you have to take two cables and take them from one side of the
Yeah.
train to the other side of the
Yeah.
train. And you need two open spots for
Yep.
both of them. And that's very annoying. So I had to like go back, put an item back. It's like the bad part of this system with
Yeah.
the limited item slots. And I was like, why did they do that? And then I realized that like, oh, they did that to guarantee that you have two open item slots so you could pick up the rocket launcher.
Ah, okay.
So that's why they
That's a
did
good
that.
insight.
But that also prompts the question of why, like, what law is there that the rocket launcher has to be two item slots? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like, I felt like I was being punished for like playing ahead and bringing healing items with me, which wasn't a good feeling.
Right. Right. Because it's
Yeah.
it's one of the final encounters.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the alarm's going off. You're getting the like exit,
Right.
all
Um,
employees report to the train platform. But yeah, but
yeah.
kind of a fun fight. It's challenging. I died a couple
Yeah.
times to
Yeah. Likewise. Yeah. I
yeah,
thought he was
yeah.
fast.
He was
Um,
fast. Again, you don't have a lot of time, so you gotta kind of
right.
pop up a shot, then run. If you have some heavy duty weapons, it goes a lot easier. I was down to like grenades at this point. I think I'd used
Yeah.
up my submachine gun,
Yeah.
so I mostly
Likewise.
grenade launched him. And then once you get enough damage, a mysterious figure, Ada, it is, throws you a rocket launcher in Resident Evil tradition, and you shoot
So,
him.
and that happens in Claire and Leon.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
does Leon recognize that it's Ada, or is he also like,
No.
who is it? Okay.
And I guess so you're right, it is Ada, but like we don't there's no official confirmation that it is, right?
Well, she's like a shadowy figure
Right.
in like literally like in the shadows, like, hey,
Right.
catch, and throws it down to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you blow them up. And it gives you two rockets. So that's kind of nice because there is
Yeah.
one more boss, quote unquote, they have to fight. So
Yes.
you're at the end game, you hop on the train, you get the train going, you meet back up with Leon, he hops on, and then Birkin comes back one more time.
Yeah. And he is
Yep. And he's
quite mutated.
full body horde now. He's
Oh
already
yeah.
been, we mentioned early on, he has the Resident Evil tradition of an eye growing out of your shoulder, which
Yep.
they love that design.
They sure
But
do.
this time he's just like a giant, sort of reminiscent of you've probably seen this, the David Cronenberg Naked Lunch.
I actually have not. No.
Okay. There's
No.
a very infamous part of that movie where there's like a bug typewriter that's like a butthole, and you have to like rub lotion on the butthole.
Yeah. Well, in my notes
Yeah.
I had he looks like a butthole with spikes and eyes.
Yeah, he's very
Yeah.
much like
It's
if you haven't seen the classic film Naked Lunch, which most people are probably like, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah.
The Dune sandworms, he's kind of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Butthole of spikes, like the Dune sandworms. So he's crawling
Yeah.
along. I shot him with a rocket launcher and then popped off like five grenades and he was done.
Yep.
It's not much
Yep.
of a fight because he's taking the whole train, so he's gotta stand there and mash the X button until he dies.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty simple, but this is like the kind of true ending of the game, right? That was
Yeah, it's
alluded
almost an
to.
epilogue. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he it's I found it clear in the books their motivation, but basically like the train is leaving the underground facility. It's gonna save them before it blows up. So they need to disconnect the train car that has Birkin
Yes.
in it so he
Yes.
doesn't escape.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what they try to do. So there's a whole thing where Sherry crawls into the front to unleash to like get the shutter up, and then is it Claire that climbs underneath the train to like disconnect it, or Leon? Somebody climbs underneath the
Yeah. I
train to
think it's
disconnect it.
Leon.
Yeah.
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 Um, when I guess just a few stray thoughts on this. One, just to go back a little bit, when Claire fires the rocket at Mr. X to take him out, does she say anything cool or no?
I don't remember her saying anything cool.
Okay.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
most is like a generic sort of like eat this
Okay. Yeah, because Leon
type
says
of
game
thing.
over.
I think she does say game over.
Okay.
Now you
Yeah.
mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a cheesy. Yeah, she has a
Yeah.
cheesy action line that
Yeah.
she says. So yeah.
Yeah. And then what was the dialogue? Do you remember anything about the dialogue when you defeat Birkin for the last time, like when they get out of the train tunnel?
Yeah, it's odd. It's played very much like Leon's sort of like the dumb guy comic relief character, and
Mm-hmm.
Claire is the more serious character. Like Leon's
Yeah.
like, sweet, time to go have a I need a beer after that one. He doesn't literally say that, but that's kind of like the
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And Claire's like, no, we gotta go to Europe now and find my brother. And he's like, oh man, I could sure use a vacation.
Yeah.
Again, not literally, but it's like the
Pretty.
vibe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then Claire gives Sherry her jacket and it magically fits her for some reason. So that's weird.
Hmm. That
Like
is
I
a
guess
weird
it's
thing.
just probably like a very minor point. Like maybe it's just hard to draw like an oversized jacket with PS1 graphics, but it just fits her
Yeah.
perfectly. It's like, well, she's half your size. It's kind of weird, but
And is this where she says, "My goddess protected you. She'll always be there for you"?
yes.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, which is
That's
another
a
strange
that's
thing to
that's a
say.
weird thing
So
to say. Yeah, because she's
yeah,
referring
but
to the the figure on the back of her jacket, right?
yeah. So
I don't
yeah,
know.
which I don't really get that either.
Yeah.
We had speculations about the jacket earlier, and we
Yeah.
didn't. We're thumbs down on the jacket.
Thumbs down on the jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both like Tony Soprano when Richie gives him the jacket, and he's like, "It's the jacket," and Tony's like, "Oh, cool, that's us with Claire.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Claire's going." It's the jacket. It's my goddess. It's made in heaven. We're like, oh, all right, and we just throw in the trunk.
I love
And
that.
then later, Claire's like, they disrespected the jacket.
Is this a good segue to talking about Joe Pesci and
About
the
Sopranos season two.
and no the scrubbing the spatula where
Oh yeah.
I was
Well,
like,
we said we need to do a old white actor
that's
impression every
right.
episode.
That's
So
right.
I did mine. Now you can do your Joe
Right.
Pesci.
Right. So for context, I was scrubbing a spatula in the sink because I put it through the wash a few times. There's always egg on it when it comes out. So I was scrubbing it and I felt like Joe Pesci from Martin Scorsese movies. So I texted Keith. I was like, I feel like Joe Pesci scrubbing the spatula. I said, you like that? You like that, you fucking prick? Huh? You like that? And then you responded. He said, into the oven with you. And then and you were like, wait, you wouldn't put a spatula in the oven. And I was like,
Yeah,
well,
I
you
probably don't.
could.
Yeah. I
But
guess
yeah,
you could have. Was this a metal spatula or a plastic spatula?
it was metal, but the handle was like silicone.
Okay. So you could put it in the oven
A
if
little
you're
bit.
like need to flip something.
A
Yeah,
little
that
bit,
makes sense.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
that's my my Joe
Yeah.
Pesci. Yeah.
And just for the baking nerds out there, I know that we're talking about a flipper, not a spatula, but everyone knows what we mean.
A
So,
flipper. The
well,
fuck
because
is that?
a spatula is technically just like the flat stirring spoon, right? They use to bake,
Oh, geez.
but people use spatula to be like a thing that you flip stuff with. Am I wrong about
No,
this?
no, I've never thought about that. Hmm.
this might be like a regional difference, like how
Mm.
like we might say like frying pan and someone else says skillet.
Mm. But a skillet is, yeah, I guess to your point, a skillet is something that is quite specific.
Yeah, but
Um,
anyway, we're not here to talk about spatulas and frying
yeah,
pans.
but
They are not a great like this. Okay, I'm gonna reset here. So we're talking about a thing with a handle and a flat, and it has like three holes in it, right?
yeah,
And you use it to like flip stuff over.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
yeah.
Um, a useful tool, not fun to clean. I'm with you there.
Nope.
Stuff gets in the little holes, and like
Ugh.
you really gotta like be intentional about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You
Because
can't just.
we're a this is this is an us thing. I know it's weird. We are not a dishwasher household. We wash all our dishes by hand.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't really know why. I never grew up with a dishwasher, so I never got used to it. I just wash them by hand. Um, a lot of times when you wash them by hand, I mean, you cover the whole surface and it's all good to go, right? Then you rinse
Hmm.
it off,
Hmm.
you put it in the drying rack, you're good. Spatula, you cover the whole surface. You even do it once or twice, two or three times, and then you rinse it off, and there's still egg or meat or whatever in the little holes.
Yeah.
So then you gotta like redo it and like scrub the little hole and then rinse off again. There's still fucking shit on there. Scrub it again, rinse off again. And it's like, what the fuck is this goddamn thing? I don't know. And why
Yeah.
does it even have holes in it? Why can't it
Yeah.
just be flat?
Yeah. Why does
Do
it?
they do anything? The holes?
Damn. I don't know. Well,
I
mine
don't know
actually,
either.
one of mine has like 20 holes.
20 holes in one spatula?
Yeah, they're not
That's insane.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
not the
right?
vertical ones.
No, they're just like little like period size holes. And it's like, why the fuck is that there?
When you said period size holes, it's like, what could that mean? Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Can we have a spatula segment on every episode?
Give a spatula segment. I'm thinking of other utensils that I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the whisk. That's another one where it's hard
Hmm.
to wash.
I
You
never
gotta
use a
kind of.
whisk because like why? Like I just use a
I
fork.
Yeah, I'm kind of same. I don't bake. That's part of it.
Yeah.
So the only
Yeah.
time I really use a whisk is if I'm cooking something that requires a roux. I don't want it to
Okay.
be lumpy. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the only time that
Yeah.
I really use one. Like if I'm making a gravy or something.
Yeah.
That's the only time I whisk something. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that we thought would be interesting would be to look at some of the um, advertisements for Resident Evil 2 from back in the day. And so,
Are these
w
specifically British advertisements or?
no.
I was
Um,
just saying like these advertisements instead of
oh,
advertisements.
okay. You know, I
Yeah.
didn't even
But
notice.
I know you're just being goofy.
Okay.
I shouldn't have interrupted. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's okay. I actually didn't even know that was a British pronunciation.
I think so. I
But,
think it's like an aluminium thing, you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we'll link some of these in the show notes. But I guess why don't I just share screen with you so that way we can look at the same thing. Um, so yeah, I mean a lot of
Oh,
these, yeah,
oh,
kind of
that's
cool.
creepy.
It is, yeah. So these are like hand-drawn-ish illustrations of like the liquor, a zombie dog, and a zombie. And then
It's very H.R.
uh,
Geiger.
it is,
And then
yeah.
there's a creepy kid with a birthday. You don't see
Oh,
ads
yeah.
like this anymore. It's very striking.
Yeah, it's this, I don't know, this kid's what, probably two or three. He has like a floral wreath and blood dripping out of his mouth and a bow tie.
And no
That's
shirt.
that's very weird.
Yeah, this is like some Brian Iron stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The,
like
the
that.
and
And
it's
it's a advertisement for the PC specifically. So I guess they're targeting like a more adult gamer,
yeah. But
right?
it's also weird because this is just like random creepy shit, right? It's like this kid
Yeah.
is not in the game. There's nothing like
Yeah.
this.
The kid is a little, yeah, that's true. It's a little
Yeah.
just to like hammer home that like this is a scary game.
Yeah. But the ad
But the
itself
rest
like
is cool.
it's super cool. Let's see, what else do we have here? This is a little bit more, it's similar, right? It's got the zombie cop illustration,
Zombie cop, the Zop,
um,
if you
the
will.
Zop. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know who this is.
yeah. It kind of
This
just looks
is
like a
it's like
generic zombie,
a
maybe.
random zombie face on this
Yeah.
ad.
You got Leon pointing the gun.
Yeah.
I think that's a still from the game,
Yeah, so some
like
stills from
the
the game
opening
at the
cutscene.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's okay.
It's very
It's
red,
yeah, it's kind
and
of yeah, all the enemies in the
red
game.
is a traditionally scary color. So,
It is. What else do we have here? I think these are potentially diminishing returns.
or we have a mature content warning.
Yeah, I have to input my birthday to view this. Yeah, so this is a two-page spread that says the gaming event of
Right.
1998. Nothing else
Nothing
even
else
comes
even comes
close.
close from Game Fan. I have zero memory of Game Fan as a publication. I
I
don't think I
yeah,
ever.
yeah,
But what else do we have here? Somebody pinch me. I think I'm in heaven.
yeah.
It
These
says
are pull
Ultra
quotes.
Game
Yeah,
Players. I like even more gore. That's
right. Like
all
okay,
right.
yeah, weird language here. Your weapons, powerful and plentiful. Master the flamethrower, grenade launcher, machine gun, and more. It's
I guess there was
strange.
a flamethrower in this one. We didn't really talk about it, but you can use it to
Yeah.
kill the plants.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I like Game Informer, intense and horrific adventure that chills the spine.
Yeah. So they're
I don't
very
know if I
like,
agree with that. We'll get into it in wrap up, but
no,
I don't think this game is particularly scary.
no. This cracks me up, the language in the ad. A mysterious virus has mutated the local inhabitants into flesh-eating monsters, hell-bent on snacking your still warm spleen.
It kind of makes it look seem like they're specifically targeting the spleen,
Right. Yeah.
which,
It's like they're not just hungry for the spleen.
yeah, they're more, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
could, in theory, if that was the case, like remove your spleen and be safe.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Because you don't need a
Um,
spleen, right? Spleen is kind of like a gallbladdery thing where you're fine
I
without it.
I think, but I
Or am I
actually
thinking of
think
the appendix? I might be thinking of the
no, I think you do
appendix.
need a spleen.
You
I
need a
think you need a
spleen.
spleen. Yeah.
Fuck. We'll never be
Yeah.
safe for the
Oh
zombies. Maybe
man.
that's why they want your spleen. They don't have their own.
Right. They've just eaten each other's spleens and then yeah. This line from this there's just like a lot of text on this ad, but if the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. That one is still
That's not
around.
great.
It's not, but that was also the
That's
tagline on the PS network uh,
Yeah, I feel like that's been a
copy.
tagline for a lot of like B horror movie type of things, and yeah, I for sure have heard that. Like, if this doesn't get you, then blah 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 will. That's a very
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
very common turn of phrase.
I think this is
I've confirmed that the spleen is important to have. It filters your blood, so
okay.
that's a good thing to have.
Kind of
Yeah,
need that. Yeah.
you kind of need your spleen.
Yeah.
Vent your spleen is a saying, right? People are like if I want to complain about something. I'd be like, "Ah, I'm really gonna vent my spleen." Is that a saying? Did I make that up?
I've never heard that, but I also this is now the third phrase I've not heard that you've
I've busted a
used.
lot of bizarre phrases to you today
Yeah.
that you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So,
Um
yeah.
let's I'm just gonna queue up the George Romero ad and play the audio so we can have that.
Yeah.
It's
Did we talk about this? Then that's
we
not good.
didn't. No, it's not good.
Let's do this. Let's set a little background, then maybe we can like narrate what's happening. You want to do that?
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So George Romero, obviously a big influence of this game. He did a Japan only commercial for this, kind of like Lost in Translation style. You know, when celebrities used to go do commercials in Japan because like shameful to do a commercial, which is
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
much not the vibe now. Now the goal, like you've
Right.
made it when you're doing commercials, which
You
sucks for our culture is bad.
yes.
So George Romero made a Japan only commercial, and it's not good. It's 51 seconds long. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the show notes, but we'll
We'll
play
put the
the
link.
audio and then narrate what's going on.
Yeah.
So we've got the Raccoon City Police Department on fire, and what seems like Leon S. Kennedy running through the police station.
Yeah, but he's very young. And
Right.
Claire's, yeah. This looks like it's a cliche to say, but they both look like porn actors.
I was gonna say I'm getting
Yeah.
porn parody
I'm
vibes
getting
on
very
this.
porn. And it's very like it's very standard. It's like no, no cleverness to it, no art to it. It's just like they're in a room, zombies come in, they give each other like a knowing look and throw a gun back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not good. Yeah, it's very Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead coded.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know why they made Leon and Claire look so young.
Yeah, and also they're like in their video game outfits, which looks
Smile
very
cheat.
goofy for a live action
Yeah.
type of thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
It
Eh.
was 6,800 yen.
Hmm. Is that comparable to, I don't know. We'd have to adjust for like inflation with multiple currencies. I don't think we can.
Yeah, I mean roughly 1 yen is like a penny. So that would
Um,
be
oh,
around $68, which seems like a lot, but I don't know what the yen to USD
yeah.
was in 1998.
Yeah. Good,
But
good question.
seems expensive. I think games were like more in general, like more expensive in Japan than they were in the United States,
That sounds right.
like in terms of like purchasing power, but I
Yeah.
might be making that up.
Yeah.
So don't quote me on that.
Yeah. That would be a fun
Yeah.
future segment. Historical currency conversion rates.
That would certainly be a fun
It
segment.
would be fun. It would last like
Uh,
20 seconds. It's like,
yeah.
well, this game cost this much back then.
How much would this be in kroners in 1972?
Ooh, damn.
Well, it would
Yeah.
be I don't know. We'd be like 105. We're like, all right,
Right.
I don't have a good frame of reference for that, so
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, let's check this out. So we got US dollar, Japanese yen, historical reference rates. This is worse than the blood type analysis. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so actually the yen was again like kind of weak compared to the dollar.
Hmm.
Well, let me think about if I'm doing this correct. So like for example, in if we say January 1998 when this game came out, a dollar was 132 yen.
Okay.
So to get yen from dollars, we'd say that would be 6,800 yen. And then we'd say divided by 132.32. So it'd be like 50 bucks. I guess that's fine.
Oh,
That's
all
about,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the double disc, I think this is probably a 49.99
Okay.
PS1 game. So
Were PS1 games ever 60 or was that just N64 cartridges?
I remember PS1 games being more like 40, like
Okay.
for a standard game.
Okay. Yeah.
But there were like differences, like, if it was multiple discs, it would be more. Yeah, but N64 games, they're more like 60, 70, at least at the beginning.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank
I was just gonna say with reviews, it was really well reviewed. I mean,
yeah.
people consider it to be one of the games of the year, and pretty much got, nines and tens pretty much across the board. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So well reviewed. It was, I mean, I think we talked about it, but already, but it was a smash hit, right?
Yeah, very, very big hit, very
Yeah.
influential. Really like confirmed the series was gonna be a big thing going forward.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll keep on keeping on with this. Went to a bunch of different consoles. We mentioned the 64 version. There is a PC port, which we mentioned. There's a Dreamcast port. There's a GameCube port, which was kind of
Yeah.
weird, like 5 years after the fact.
Right.
And just like a straight port too, like not like a remake or a
Right.
remaster, just like here's the PS1 game again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this was on the Gamecom, if you remember that. Game.com,
Oh, the
right? Like the
game.com,
Tiger Electronics.
like .com bubble era
Right. Right. Which came out in
handhelds.
99 in the States. Or I'm sorry, it came out in 97. Okay, yeah. Who's to say? So I guess we're in wrap-up land, huh? We're getting there. We're there. We've arrived.
We are in wrap up land. Overall thoughts. We've kind of been alluding to this throughout this podcast and this replay. I had fun with this game. Director's cut slash RE1 held up better than I expected it to. I in 2025 land was like 9 out of 10 on that.
Hmm.
I don't think this holds up as well as Resident Evil 1, weirdly enough.
Interesting. Why is that?
I'm more 8 out of 10. I think it's, we talked about it being more of an action game than a horror game. I feel like it goes like tilts towards action, but doesn't go full action, and tilts towards horror, but doesn't go full horror.
Yes.
So it's a fun experience. It's a good experience. It's a little bit neither fish nor fowl for me in
Mm-hmm.
2025.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. I think that I'm a little higher on it. I think that it kind of inaugurates the series into more action gameplay, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
And I do think that that's successful, but I agree. This is like, I think this is like kind of a point of contention for a lot of fans
Hmm.
that it starts to split focus in a way that it's not doing either full tilt. Like
Yeah, that's
I
a good way to
think,
put it.
yeah, and to me, the series is most successful when it's just scary. I don't need it to
Yeah.
be a run and gun.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I feel like that's bore out again as we go on when it when it feels like the series is acknowledging, okay, we're kind of going off the rails, it pulls back into horror.
Hmm.
And it seems like we're kind of gonna see it with RE9 also.
Yep.
Like it's kind
Yep.
of going back towards like a horror based setting.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is just like
And it is
such,
the second installment, right? So
yeah.
like where
Yeah.
we have the benefit of 30 years of hindsight, but yeah, it's taking us down a path that I feel like ultimately will end up being reset
Hmm.
and going
Multiply.
back to but again it is a sequel. We talked about being aliens to alien. It's a bigger story. It has more characters. It's broader. It's a bigger scope. We
Yeah.
get into the wider world. We get into even like Umbrella lore with there being different factions within Umbrella.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's interesting. So
Yeah.
Ada obviously. So I don't know. I'm torn on it. I think it's
Yeah.
has a good legacy, but in pure replay value, I would say, if you're like, I want to play one classic 90s Resident Evil game this year, of the two, I would recommend Resident Evil 1 slash Director's Cut.
I think that's
Yeah.
fair to say. Yeah. I think one note you had made about just like some of the production values is like, they've obviously made some strides with the technology, the animations for the zombies and the characters are increased, but like it does like lose some of the charm when
Yeah,
it's
because
played straight.
it's still not good,
Yeah.
but it loses like the memorableness of being.
Hmm.
We did like the whole play of like you being Wesker and me being Chris, or maybe vice versa, with
Right.
their like awkward lab dialogue
Right.
where it's just a series of non sequiturs. There's nothing like that in this.
Right.
Like I never even thought about like writing down the dialogue and being like, "Oh, that was crazy."
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just
So it's not like a bad story, but like the dialogue and the performances aren't good enough to make up for losing the charm of like the pure B movie,
right. Right.
you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like exuberance of the first
Hmm.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say, which is interesting because I think in terms of legacy, like I pretty much agree with most things you're saying about like the gameplay and how I'm seeing the game. I
Hmm.
think that this game, my sense is that in the kind of fandom or the community, like this game is like numero uno or like 1A, 1B. Like I
Yeah.
feel like people love this game.
People love this fucking game.
And
Yeah.
they do not have that same, I think, reverence for the original, which I kind of don't understand.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it'll be really interesting. I'm looking forward. Obviously we're going to do three Nemesis next. I've played a good deal of it. I played the first few hours. And have you, I guess we don't have to jump
Yeah.
ahead too much, but did you finish
Yeah.
Nemesis or?
No, I've got probably like 3 or 4 hours to go.
Okay, so we're both about
Yeah.
kind of roughly the same,
Yeah.
third to halfway-ish point. I feel like we're gonna have hot takes about Nemesis,
Yeah. Yeah.
and because I'm really digging Nemesis so far.
I'm like, I'm torn on it. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, and we don't have to give away everything, but it just
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see how Nemesis holds up versus RE2. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
overall, yeah, I mean, enjoyed the game. Does a lot of
Yep.
great stuff with getting the story going. It is a really good story, like just beat by beat, even if
Yes.
we dislike some of the specific choices involved. We were critical of Brian Irons, but he's really just in this game. He's not like a key character going forward the way that Wesker is.
Right. Right.
He's just kind of a one and done. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
what held up, what didn't. We did a little bit of the overall thoughts.
hmm
Do we want to real quick do
Sure.
like favorite area?
Yeah, we could do that. And I guess I'll just before we
Yeah,
get
if
to
you have any
that,
other thoughts, that you want to add.
yeah, I mean, I think like interestingly enough, I think like where this leaves off with the story and the lore, it to me is kind of I don't know, like ending at the same place that one ended, where it's the characters saying we need to take the fight to Umbrella. So I
Yeah,
kind of think they're just kicking that can down the road at this point, because it's like, well, it's expanding the world, but we're not necessarily like moving toward resolution. We're still understanding and unpacking
yeah,
the depravity and depths of this company. I don't know.
no, I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Um,
we definitely got more info on Umbrella, but yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we're not moving closer to a resolution.
yeah.
But
One
yeah,
more thing before area boss monster character. We don't have to get super into it, but I do think this game is notable for starting to play with extra modes.
yeah.
There are a
Did you
lot
do any of the
of
extra stuff? I did not,
I played
unfortunately.
the fourth survivor with Hunk, which we talked about Hunk a
Yeah, we
little
talked about
bit.
Hunk. Yeah,
Um,
human, unkillable. No, human unit not killable.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Where you have to fight your way through a
rolls off the
progressively,
tongue.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hunk rolls off the tongue, as I say. Um,
I'm gonna name my bowling team that.
Hunk rolls off the
Hum
tongue.
no, human unit non-killable and be banned from memory lanes forever.
Yeah, it's a fun mini game, but it's hard. It's really, really hard. You have limited ammo and you need to fight your way from the sewers to the a specific room in RPD. There is another mode like that is it's so generic I didn't even do it. It's extreme battle.
Oh, okay.
And you have to plant four antivirus bombs around
Oh,
a
I
map.
vaguely remember this. Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. I mean, good for them for giving, some more
Right,
gameplay for people,
right,
people getting their money's worth. But yeah, I'm not
right.
interested in either of those modes really.
You can
At
play
this point, I'm
as
not playing Resident Evil for the combat really.
no, no. So
Yeah.
it doesn't feel fun to play. Though you can play as Chris. You can unlock Chris and play as
Oh, thank
Chris in that
God.
mode.
Yeah.
Right. I know you. Yeah,
God
yeah,
forbid there's one Resident Evil game where we can't play as Chris. That would be awful.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then lastly, I just want to actually, I'm sorry, I have two things here. One, I'm like, how many times have I said that? I'm like, oh, I got one more thing. There's that
You're Columbo over there. Just one more thing.
one more thing, yeah.
One more. Yeah.
Um, yeah, right when you finish the game, you get a note. There's a screen that says like it's about Brad, right? It's like Brad's dead, and you can go get a key from him. So this says it's a screen that says Stars member Brad became a living dead. He's roaming around somewhere in the police station, possessing the special key. Find him and help him
Oh,
rest in
I do
peace.
remember this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
do
it
remember
says
this.
reach to the police station without getting any items. And so apparently, right, you can go, you can kill Zombie Brad, and then get a key, which leads to a wardrobe, which then you get the secondary costumes.
The classic costume change. Yeah.
Right, right.
Which, yeah.
But
I've
yeah,
never been real into playing dress up with the Resident Evil characters. Like,
No,
I guess it's
not
cool.
really.
It's cool it's there if you're into that, but for me, I'm kind of like,
To do another playthrough for it? No, thanks.
yeah,
That's
I'm fine
fine.
with that.
That's
I guess
fine.
if you're gonna play through it multiple times anyway, why not? But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not. Doesn't do a
Yeah.
lot for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do get the advent of the ranking system, which is contingent on number of saves as well as your time. And
Yeah, does it
so
count deaths too? I can't
I
remember. Or is it just saves
oh
and
I
time?
believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
in if you're playing on the PS5, you could really game that because you could
oh
just
yeah.
use like the in system save and
Which
never like technically save.
which I did for Leon Beat. Yeah. I just did it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I try to do both, like as a backup, just try to get like a realistic experience, be like, okay, I'm gonna save like literally in game in the emulation and then save in the menu. But there were times where I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to be done. I'm not in a save room, so I would just save in the menu.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
why punish myself,
That's true. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
I did save my rankings. I got a C in Claire A. I was about six
Okay.
hours, six saves, and then Leon B. I got an A ranking
Oh,
because
nice.
I didn't save at all and I
Because you didn't
used the
save even once.
PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it
Little did
was
they know you pulled the wool over their eyes. Yeah.
right. Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
probably the closest thing to a speed run for me. I was at 3 hours, 45
Oh,
minutes.
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
So
B is a lot shorter than A.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was probably
So
about the same. I was probably like 7, 8 on A and 5-ish on B. So
yeah.
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 So not a crazy long game, but I think there's enough there where, you get your money's worth. So
Yeah.
and they do have
Yeah.
the replay value in it where, if you're in this game, you can replay it and do the
Yes.
opposite scenario and see what that's
Yeah.
like. So
And you could
yeah.
play with new weapons, right? The
Yeah.
Gatling gun or
Yeah. And
whatever.
the other modes, which, even though not great in 2025, I'm sure in 98, plenty of people had fun playing those and
Yeah.
just sticking around with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, favorite, least favorite area monster boss characters. Any thoughts on those?
Again, I feel like much like the mansion is the star of RE1, the police station is the star of
Yeah.
RE2. That's what people talk about. I mean,
Yep.
and I think we talked about this. Very similar layout when you look at
Yeah.
the maps. I mean,
Very.
very, two stories, kind of split in half into an east wing and a west wing. But yeah, that's a cool, memorable stuff.
Hmm.
Vickers, you got the different areas, the different rooms. Feels lived in again. There's vending
Hmm.
machines, there's office furniture around. So yeah, it's a nice mix of grounded plus the fantastical,
Yes.
phantasmagorical, if you
Yes.
will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that as we talked about, I think I appreciate the supporting cast in this game a little bit more. I think there's just more going on. And so, even though I didn't love the Irons character, the stuff with,
Yeah.
an unhinged police chief hiding ammo around the station or the journalist, or even though the Birkins weren't great, you do have, Ada, you do have even like characters like Branna and Kendo, right? So it just
Yeah.
feels more filled out.
Yeah. Brown is good. He's a really good character. Ada obviously is great. I mean, we
Hmm.
praised Ada's character a lot in this one, and yeah, she's really great. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of characters are just more kind of flat.
Hmm.
There's no one that was like, oh, this guy, I can't believe he's on my screen. He sucks.
Right, right. We didn't
Yeah.
make
I
fun
mean, I guess
of,
Irons is maybe the closest to it, but even
yeah,
Birkin is kind of like, he's
yeah,
kind of generic evil scientist, but that's fine
yeah.
for this type of
Um,
story.
we didn't mercifully mock any of the characters this time, whereas in the first game we did.
Yeah, yeah.
But those
Apologies to
characters,
Bravo. Apologies to Bravo team.
yeah,
We really
yeah,
disrespected their memories.
we did. We're like, this guy
Yeah.
liked golf. What a loser.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I thought the character work was good. Liquors are a high point. I do think, I mean, this series, I think at this point really struggles with boss fights. I don't think they're great.
Yeah, there's not a lot here. I mean, what do we really have for boss fights? You got the final Mr. X, you got a
Tyrant.
couple Birkins,
Yeah.
and you got the Alligator. That's kind of it, I think, unless I'm
Yeah.
forgetting something. Oh, the Moth.
No.
We didn't even talk about the Moth because it's so forgettable. That almost doesn't count as the boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in the lab, there's a giant moth. Who cares?
Yeah.
You
And it,
flamethrower it.
yeah. Yeah, so the boss is not great.
No.
I think that'll change next game.
Yeah, I think the bosses do get better as the series goes on. And
Yeah.
especially once we get to, the 3D installments. The bosses there's some good bosses there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Would
yeah.
you recommend this game in 2025?
I would
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's fun to play. And I think we might be discounting that if you're not familiar with this style of game, if you're not familiar with tank controls, if you're not familiar with just having conserve ammo and that and run by things, I think this game is maybe has a gentler learning curve than RE1.
Yeah.
Is that so? I could
Yeah.
see someone that didn't play these games in the 90s thinking this game was more welcoming than RE1.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
pretty rough when it starts you off though in the
The
Raccoon
beginning's tough.
City.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
beginning is tough, which is true for pretty much all the Resident Evil games. But
Yeah. But
yeah,
otherwise, yeah,
yeah.
it's a
It
little
gives
bit
you
more.
weapons at a nice clip. It gives you ammo at a nice clip. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think it overdoes it on the ammo for me. Like, I mean, I had like 30 grenade shells at the end. I was just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's a
There's
lot.
you're very much already we're kind of getting away from the you need to conserve ammo outside of the beginning part of it.
Right. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that's
So
okay, but I think
it's a
it
different
does,
different game philosophy, I guess.
yeah, it portends
Yeah.
where the series is going. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's a good game. I understand why people like it so much.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm a little bit partial toward the original director's cut, but I think it's good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I agree.
yeah, so
Mhm.
check it out. Resident Evil 2 available on almost literally like all consoles.
Yeah, I'm sure you can play this on your phone
You
if you
probably
really want
can.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Maybe not the original. Can you?
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
I'm sure you can play on a phone. Maybe not your phone, but
Right, right.
yeah, go get an iPod with the click wheel. It's probably on there somewhere.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
That'd be awful. Yeah,
Ugh,
but
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
Um, cool. Well,
yeah.
yeah, so tune in next time. We're going to make our way, as you might have suspected, to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, which I think marks somewhat of a departure for the series.
Yeah. It
Um,
does. And I'm excited to see what we both think about that once we start talking about and digging in.
yeah, I'm excited
Yeah.
that you have a lot of hot takes, which I'm curious about.
Yeah. That'll be an interesting one to go back and read old reviews and compare like our thoughts now versus the old reviews.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah. But
um,
but yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks for that.
yeah. And you've been listening to
Hot
Hot Zombie
zombie summer.
Summer.
And until we get back, people, watch those spleens. Keep a good eye on your spleen. You need it to filter your blood.
You do. They are
Yeah.
not uh disposable.
Not disposable.
Can't.
And yeah, clean your spatulas.
Yep. Clean your spatulas, watch
Yeah.
your spleen. Yeah. Yeah. I like that we struggle with saying hot zombie summer every day. We're like, hot zombie
It's like
summer. Yeah.
it's
It's
like a
like
new thing. All right, that was another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
and in the meantime, check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hot Zombie Summer Pod, all one word.
So until next time, don't be a Jill sandwich.